But got about an hour before I gotta go to work, so I figured, fuck it, I'll do a Redeye Raw. Um, One thing I wanted to talk about today was Fallout lore, because Fallout 1 and 2, I really love the atmosphere and the lore. But Fallout 1, especially because I haven't really played 2, it's such a chore to play. And I know that that's like largely, skill issue and shit like that too. But it's a pain in the ass with the time limit and stuff. I've heard Fallout 2 is better, but I haven't played it yet. But there's a lot of really cool, creepy lore and stuff that you don't see in the later games, Watamingos and shit like that, and like all the stuff with the Master and Mariposa is pretty cool and creepy. Like there's still horror elements in the later ones. It's just a lot of the cool shit I haven't got to experience just because Fallout 1 is such a chore to play. But other than that, what was I gonna say? They also had cool shit like a fucking Deathclaw companion you could have called Gorus. What's up, Anthony's Flash Archive? How are you? Let's see, by the way, do I have it on live chat? I have it on top chat. Let's fix that. I don't really have a whole lot of rabbit hole to jump down with that. It's just a thing I wanted to talk about briefly. You're doing good. Glad to hear it. Um, I've been watching a lot of clips of that guy Beetlejuice when he appeared on the Howard Stern show. I bought a DVD called Beetle Uncensored. Hasn't arrived yet, but that should be fun. Also got another Tales from the Drive-Thru planned, a more ranty one. I just haven't cared to record it yet. I did appear in Chisu's newest Abridged, so there's that. Um, let's see what else. The milk's a table's a table. Uh, I do still thoughts on Minecraft movie fiasco. I mean, I thought that movie looked stupid to begin with. Now that people are chimping out and lighting fireworks and bringing live chickens and shit to theaters, then yeah, I have even more reason to not go see it. Fucking fly. But yeah, that whole thing, like the director's like, oh, people are just having fun. It's like there's a point where it's like, let's say you take your kids to fucking the movie, right? And then they get pelted by fucking drinks and popcorn and shit. And then some asshole brings in a live chicken and it gets free and attacks them. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between shit like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where they plan it out, have specific things you do, where you have like toilet paper or toast or squirt guns and stuff like that. That's all planned out, and they have people paid specifically to clean that stuff up, and everybody knows what they're getting into going to it. But if you just go into a regular theater, and as soon as the fucking Jack Black is like chicken jockey, everybody starts throwing shit. That's a problem. But yeah, like I said, I had no intention of seeing it in the first place anyway. But to be fair, I don't really have an intention of seeing movies a lot of the time when they come out anymore anyway, because most things that come out now suck. Like I can count on one hand how many new things I actually look forward to anymore, you know? Not to mention, I was already just kind of okay with Minecraft as an IP to begin with. Like the game is fine, it kills some time. Like it's an objectively good like creative sandbox. But like for me, I get bored of it after a couple hours, at least. And like even then, I never get like the desire to go back and play it really. But I think that does come down to I care more about story than gameplay in a lot of cases. It does depend, because obviously you can have a game with a great story and shit gameplay and it can be awful. And you can have a game with a shit story but amazing gameplay and it's a good game. So obviously there's a balance, and there is times where I more prefer gameplay. But for me, there has to be something there to draw me in, and Minecraft a lot of the time never really had that. I literally streamed it once because Corbin wouldn't stop fucking telling me to stream it, and it was like pressuring the hell out of me to do it. And I'm like, fine, fuck it. And it was fun. We had fun being retarded and fucking around in it, so, whatever. And by we, I mean me, because it was single player. It was an outdated version on my 360 that wasn't connected to live. It's a nice day out today, though. Got another monthly movie recap in the works. I've watched a good chunk of movies. I think like 6, maybe something like that. But I'll tell you the worst one that's probably going to be in this recap is Neil Breen's new movie. Been a while since you did one of these? Yeah, it's been a minute. Probably like a month or 2, right? Maybe 3. I don't honestly remember exactly when I did the last one, but here we are. That bird's being a real chatty Cathy, isn't it? Let's see. Other than that, I know I need to get back to Dragoon, but I've been playing a lot more New Vegas on these new runs. Which is good, because I think it's good that I'm finally, diving into New Vegas as I did with Fallout 3 when I first played through it, and, I played through, Fallout 3, 10 times or so. You guys can tell when I really like a game, I play through it a lot. Look at how many fucking times I streamed through Undertale. I played through it at least 20 or 30 times on the channel. What's up, Chip? How you doing? What's up, Andy? I just got done watching someone else's live stream and you start one. Nice. Well, there you go. What live stream were you watching, Andy? Minecraft movie fiasco is ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I touched on that before when Anthony asked me about it here, but, see the new SML video? No, the last one I saw was Marvin's Brother, and that one was great. That one was fucking harkening back to some classic shit, and, Brooklyn Guy as the lawyer was fucking funny, but that's the latest one I've seen. The newest one also has Lewis in it. Oh, I'll have to check it out then. Warm out here today, I'll tell you that. Hey, neighbor, hot one today, right? You ever been in a storm, Wally? You seen or heard of Adolescence on Netflix? I have not. Spring break for me is almost soon. Okay. Well, have fun with that. What was I talking about? What's up, Perfect Citizen? How you doing? I'm just doing a Redeye Raw, where I just kind of sit and ramble while I wait till I have to go to work, so... Not really a set subject or direction with this, per se, but just chilling. I had a feeling you would warm up to the idea of a reaction video eventually, of course. Still not doing reaction videos full-time, but occasionally doing a reaction video. That sounds pretty cool, too. I mean, look, Andy, my response videos are what's the word? They're very similar to reactions. There's overlap, and technically Redeye Theater is a reaction, so it's not like the concept is foreign to me. Not too bad. Looks like a beautiful day where you are. Yeah, it's really nice out today. Good day for a cigar. Damn circus. Yeah, I had about an hour for work. I bought a few cigars yesterday because I got my tax returns. So I was like, fuck it. I'll do a Redeye Raw. It's been a minute. Same with me. It's beautiful out. Good. Glad to hear it. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, I do plan on getting back to the Conquered deathless attempts and whatnot. But that'll taking a little bit of a break from that, I think. I really do need to get back to Dragoon. As you notice, when it comes to my gaming streams, my attention span for games tends to be very inconsistent. Sometimes I'll stick with a game for like ever. Other times I'll jump between like 6 different games at a time. This hammock's pretty fucked up. I'm gonna have to buy new netting for it. Those Redeye Theater streams are pretty inconsistent too. Well, yeah, but nobody really watches those. Like, I feel like Redeye Theater is just one I do to keep track of what episode I'm on in a show that I'm watching with the boys. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the time, they're just me sitting in front of the screen saying next to nothing for a lot of the stream. I know they're fucking terrible, but you know. Every once in a while, there'll be a good one. Like the OVA ones where we play the audio can be pretty good. Although, with some of those, I've had to, some of those are probably moving to Rumble exclusively. Like the Yorotsuki Doji ones in the future will probably be done on Rumble. Because I guess YouTube has kind of a stick up its ass now about some of that audio. But, you know, it's fine. Whatever. I won't be surprised if you do a South Park Season 27 review video after it's finished or whatever, airing or whatever. I mean, yeah. I mean, I reviewed Season 27, or Season 26, so I mean, there's no reason really not to, right? And hopefully it'll be good. I mean, the trailer looked good. Like, nice callbacks to the movie. It had Starvin' Marvin in it. I don't really watch South Park anymore, but I might check out Season 27. I mean, look, I do feel like the show has declined pretty immensely over the years. Like, there's a lot of people who still like to say South Park's still good, and it's like, eh. Season 26 was good, but it wasn't, like, spectacular. It has, yeah. Nice to know some of the Rumble content could be making a comeback. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could just be out of necessity, because like I said, it's really, yeah, I agree. Like, it's a good season, like Season 26 was, but, like, even then, Like when I say it's a good season, that's compared to the last few. So it's not like compared to like Golden Age South Park, which to me I define like I think South Park was great from season 1 to 15 or 16, 1 to 17. I'd say it was all pretty good. I'd say the Golden Age was seasons 5 through 14 is like the best seasons of South Park. But yeah, I've also kind of taken a step back on Redeye theaters and just kind of done them in the server rather than on stream a lot of the time because I haven't really cared to go live. There's been a couple where I've gone live and stuff still, but there's no real consistency on which episode and shit. Like, I've just kind of been really half-assing it with that, which granted, who cares? Nobody watches that series, right? But, Shrimp found some good clips for that compilation, so that's good. I also Nick Critic also did a bunch of timestamps on one of the Conquer streams for me to make a highlight video. Well, I don't know that that was necessarily his intent. I am making a highlight. Granted, I added a couple of things, and I will admit that there is definitely a bunch of stuff that was funny that he missed, but it was a long ass stream, so I don't blame him. I think I already got the clips. I just need to put them together, actually. I don't know why you don't do them on Rumble more often if that's the case. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look, Rumble, I can play the audio for pretty much anything. There's a bunch of episodes that have been on Rumble, and any time on Rumble, I've had the audio play because Rumble doesn't give a shit. Truth be told, the only reason I don't do Rumble content more consistently is because Rumble has a much less convenient UI. Like, that's it. It's a good site. It's got an okay UI. But YouTube has a better UI, and plus it's where most of my audience is YouTube, so... Like, I do have a Rumble audience, and I have a Facebook audience, and I have a BitChute audience, but YouTube is by far my most consistent. Nintendo Switch 2 games being $80. See, I don't really care about that, but I bet it'll be over $100 if they did add paid DLC to some of those games. I mean, Andy, when you get like Ultimate Editions of games, a lot of the times they already are over $100. So, I don't know. I just don't really care. Like, even good new games that are coming out, right? Like Doom: The Dark Ages, like, my brother has it, or he'll get it. I don't think it's out, but I think he has it pre-ordered. And, I'm just going to use his, Series X, so I'll just play his copy. Switch 2 price is understandable. Cool, I can do, but prices are too much. Yeah? I don't really care. I don't even have a regular Switch. Like, my brothers both have Switches, but I don't. So if I wanted to play a Switch, I could easily grab one, because there's like 2 or 3 of them in the house. But in fairness, I'm much less of a gamer trademark than I was when I was younger, so, you know, I can get why certain games, why they're $100. I mean, again, if it's like an Ultimate Edition and shit, they do that a lot. I mean, hell, Halo 3 Legendary Edition, I think was $150 back when it came out. And then, of course, there was the Halo 3 console, which I have, by the way. I have that Halo 3 Xbox. It's red ringed, but I do have it. Fortnite balls. Very high class stuff, Super Gaming. I might have said that before, but I don't have much hope for the PlayStation 6 either. Maybe it could surprise me, but I doubt it. Again, I don't really care. I want to get the Gears of War Xbox 360 because it looks so cool. Oh yeah, my brother has that one. When I played the Simpsons arcade game, that was the one I played it on, because he had that downloaded on there. Which, if you don't know, that's a game you can't get anymore. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool that you can't get it, but it's cool that I have it. Lots of birds out today. You know what you never see anymore? Fucking praying mantises. Kiki brought one into the fucking kitchen, like I don't know, late last year, sometime, and it was like the first one I'd seen in years. I've seen that Halo 360 before. It looks nice, but sadly, it's the problem of the Red Ring of Death. Yeah. So what am I up to today? Not a whole lot. Just fucking chilling out here. Gonna go to work in a little bit. As soon as I'm done here. Let's see. I'll tell you this: holding the fucking thing with this hand, makes my fucking fingers feel like they're falling asleep. Should fucking set up a tripod or some shit. I technically have a tripod, but it's not like a good one. It's like basically like a glorified selfie stick tripod with like three little legs, and it's not very tall. I've used it before. I think it broke actually, because it was like one that I think was given to me as like a stocking stuffer by like some aunt or uncle one Christmas. I have recorded some new parts to a snack review too, but that's going to be a minute before that goes up because I record those in segments. But I tried a couple new types of Takis. What else? There was something else. Did I have like cereal or something? I don't even fucking remember. It's all on my phone, so, you know, once I upload the clips and then put them together, I'll know. But also, DVD collection update coming as soon as I get some more stuff. I've got Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 6 on DVD that's going to be in it. That Beetle Uncensored that I mentioned earlier. And then I got a ROM hack cartridge of Banjo Kazooie, which, you know, not a DVD, but I always include everything in those collections because fuck you, that's what I do. But also a book about the Philadelphia experiment. Hang on a sec, my hand is fucking driving me nuts with how it's like falling asleep. Just finished polishing off my Dr. Pepper too, so there we go. Fucking gyroscope in this thing's fucked up. Like now, since I moved the phone, now it thinks it's tilted the wrong way. So it says orientation is locked. Rotate device back. It's already rotated. It's in the proper orientation. You stupid fuck. YouTube is a pussy with age restriction a lot of the time. I'll give you that. I can understand why stuff like fetish, you can understand that with stuff like fetish videos, but AVGN videos should not be age restricted. Age restriction is something that's never bothered me because I don't really care if my stuff's age restricted as long as it's still up. You know what I mean? Because I don't do this for money. This is a hobby I do in my spare time, right? I do recommend to watch ReZero anime. It has a really good story. Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm vaguely familiar with it, but I haven't watched any of it. It doesn't matter to me because it's not censorship necessarily unless it actually affects the YouTube channel. Well, yeah, like for me, like the two things that bother me is if something gets either taken down or blocked worldwide. Those are the two things that I care about. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. Like copyright claims, if they want to put ads on it, I don't give a shit. If they want to age restrict it, I don't give a shit, right? You know, one thing that was hell on my hand when we were watching the Mike Tyson fight, right? I was holding the fucking phone up to the TV the entire fucking event so that Corbin could see it and so that Guy could see it. and that was hell on my hand. What a big waste of time, though. Again, Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos was pretty cool, though. Hang on, I'm gonna take this paper off the cigar. This is getting to that point. This one does not want to come off. Come on, you whore. Come on. Come on. There we are. I got the paper off. There we go. Thoughts on piracy? Well, obviously you shouldn't do it because that's naughty, but on a moral level, I'm all for it. If I want to support something, I'll pay for it. Naturally, and I think that's why I've always been a fan of like the shareware model that they did with like Doom. But I don't necessarily have a problem with piracy. Again, I shouldn't do it. It's naughty. Don't do it. But you know, and I'm a gatekeeper of preschool shows. What? Because in my opinion, when you hit a certain age, you shouldn't watch it unless you grew up with the show and watched it for nostalgia. Okay, for a second I was like, what, are you saying you're one of those people that watches fucking Bluey? But no, you're saying that people who do that are fucking cringe, right? Because we're on the same page. Grown adults that watch Bluey are fucking cringe. Are you going to review more animes? Of course. Are you still going to do those? Are you going to do those live responses soon? Yes. I need to at some point. So I just haven't really gotten around to it. That's the problem with me announcing shit. Is if I get really lazy, then that, like, for instance, right? I announced the Rio Isn't Gay Part 3 video 2 years before I uploaded it, and I did like a trailer that said coming soon, and then it came out 2 years later. Yeah, it's like people in a certain community. Yeah, the physical media community trademark, right? Naughty Redeye? Yeah, no, piracy's naughty. Don't do it. I like to think of piracy being a nice archive of cartoons, especially obscure. Well, that's the other thing, right? Like, when there's shit that you can't even get, like, like they just like don't let you. Like, there's no legal way to buy it. Shit like that prevents stuff. Like piracy literally prevents it from becoming lost media. There's a fucking wasp next to me. As long as it minds its business, we'll be all right. I honestly don't get why grown ass men in the community like Bluey so much. Like, this shit ain't for you. Just get a job, motherfuckers. Well, in that community, a lot of them are basically grown children. You got to remember that. Like, they're not on the same cognitive level as most adults, which is why they act the way that they do, because they're stunted. Which there is an endearing quality to it, where it is kind of funny and wholesome, you know, when they're not degenerate all the time. Because obviously there's some overlap with that too. But I mean, it's a better preschool show than some others. I'll say, nah. Bluey is an immediate red flag for me. Have you seen that like post the Cucumber Clan did, where he's like talking about Bluey and he's like talking about how much he likes the characters, and he's like, you know, these are not my hear me out. I would never fuck them. It's like, why'd you feel the need to specify that? I actually mistake Bluey as Blue's Clues. No, they're very different shows. Now, granted, if you're an adult watching Blue's Clues, that's kind of weird too. But you know, as a little kid, I did watch that one. Have still been playing the waiting game at work every Sunday. No. Sunday shifts are different at work now than they used to be because now we have a full sort, so we'll have like a full crew there. Which is a double-edged sword because like it's not just you there, and you know it's an actual like sort where you have people taking care of stuff, and I don't have to do some of the stuff I had to do, like dealing with dispatch as much. Like I still dispatch the Vegas and Reno lines, but my manager deals with the Denver ones, because depending on the week, it'll be either the male manager or the female manager. Typically the female manager on Sundays, but it does depend on the week. But they'll typically be there to deal with that. So that does take off some of the what's it called? The annoyance with having to deal with dispatch. But on the other hand, the one part that sucks is it's basically a full day of work where I'm there till like 10 or 11 at night instead of getting out of there at like 8, you know. Ezekiel is the best total drama character ever. Who the fuck is Ezekiel? Which one was that? Is that the one with the beanie? Is that the guy who gets kicked off for being based? Yeah, the one being based. Okay. Yeah, Ezekiel's funny. Now, the best total drama character is probably Heather, just because, like, she's playing the game properly. Like, it's funny that, like, they expect you to root against her when she's the only one who's like, yeah, this is a competition. I'm out for myself. Like, Heather did nothing wrong. You know, other than, I'm sure there's probably some things she did that were morally questionable, but, like, a lot of the shit is just, like, playing the game properly. I don't understand Bluey either. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why it's so popular with autismos, but it just is. Yeah, she's a great character, unlike Courtney, who's an entitled brat. Yeah. Which one's Courtney? Oh no, yeah. Courtney's the one that like has like the brown hair. I mean, there's several brunettes, but the one who like fucking snuggles with Duncan in the tent in that one episode, and they have that weird like really uninteresting romantic angle. Which Xbox console is better, original Xbox or Xbox 360? 360, but there is a certain nostalgia to the original Xbox, and the original Xbox was more stable than the original model of the 360. Bluey's getting a movie? Okay. I thought it already did. Isn't there like a fucking video game too? Like, for whatever reason, this show is immensely popular. But again, I think it's largely autismos that keep it fucking relevant, not even fucking kids. Again, holding this phone, making my fucking fingers fall asleep is such a pain in the ass. I used to act like it's if you're wondering why I have to squint so fucking much, the screen's like dark because it's doing that orientation is locked thing. So I gotta like kind of cover it to fucking read it. I used to act like Go Animate was the worst thing ever, but it's just funny to see these people online acting like this. Of course, this brain rot. I mean, yeah, like, look, there's some funny memes that came out of Go Animate, for sure. And, like, a lot of these Teasmos are pretty funny with it. Go Animate is actually tame compared to modern brain rot on the internet nowadays. I mean, yeah, I think it's a precursor to some of it, but like, yeah. There's that fucking stream where we were playing Halo ODST Lasso, and Edgar's like, "You guys seen Skibbity Toilet?" And he kept asking it. I mean, that was in Shrimp's clips, so you know. Blue's Clues is still better than Bluey, just saying. I mean, I agree. They're both weird shows to watch as an adult, though. You know, I was going to work both days this weekend, but luckily didn't. Because this chick took Sunday, so I didn't have to, so I just worked Saturday. Because I had the last 2 weekends off. Of course, now our rotation is kind of screwed up, so I gotta trade again before I go out to Ohio again next month. And some people will also do a rant on a show with a group of people in Messenger and say shit that does not happen in the show. Like, for example, Barney reference Mark for death or some shit like that. I mean, look, if you're sitting in a thing arguing about Barney, you've already pretty much shown that you're not, like, cognitively developed. The Minecraft movie isn't as bad as the toilet movie that's supposedly there's a fucking toilet movie coming out? What, like a Skibbity toilet movie? Or just like a regular toilet movie? Because either way, that sounds fucking retarded. I think the Air Force One is a cool-looking plane, but of course, it's limited to a certain group of people. Well, yeah, it's like specifically the president, isn't it? So... movie companies are getting worse and worse every day. I mean, yeah, it's been the case for a long time now. Pixar is becoming mid nowadays, to be honest. I felt that way for a while, dude. Yes to the former, and supposedly Michael Bay is... So Michael Bay is making a Skibbity toilet movie, is what you're telling me. Okay, so that sounds absolutely dreadful, but I hope it's fucking true. Hey, the Michael based, yeah. What? You just want attention, huh? My dog's walking up to me. This fucking fly will not leave me alone. Pixar has gone downhill since 2016, in my opinion. So many tired sequels and dumb movies since then. I mean, I feel like it's been longer than that, but yeah. Yesterday's stream, y'all were so rough on Steven? I mean, we always are. That's part of the bit. Gotta hit Steven with the fiery bants, right? And I will say this. Steven's commitment to the bit is great too, because he'll constantly say the most gay response he can possibly fucking say in any given scenario. To be fair, Steven does it to himself, right? Nah, Steven's funny, but he's also a good punching bag. Especially because he always has an over the top reaction to it. Yeah, telling Andy you're joking doesn't matter because Andy will take everything seriously. For instance, like when I was fighting Sans and I was bitching about it, he then started talking about how much he hated Sans, even though he's literally never fought him. And Sans is literally my favorite video game boss, so I don't hate him. Andy just loves to say he hates him because it took me forever to beat him. Maybe Steven is gay. You know, I'd never thought of that. Steven literally has the salty gay egg roll in my Discord. And I'm pretty sure Corbin came up with that roll, so I don't know how the egg factors in, but it's funny. I will say Inside Out 2 is a deserving movie though. A story about controlling your emotions is a good message to kids, and I'm surprised the first movie and its sequel don't come out a lot didn't come out a lot sooner. I don't think those movies look very interesting to me, but you know, whatever. If I wanted to watch something like that, like I'd rather watch something like Osmosis Jones. Man, these birds are really fucking noisy today, aren't they? You know that if you piss off a crow, it'll remember you for its entire life, and like generations of its family will be raised to hate you. Crows are smart. Are they what? Are they crows? At least one of them is definitely. I can't see them because they're up in a tree, but that caw is definitely the caw caw. That's clearly a crow. Crows are cool though. You guys ever seen that video of that raven that guy trained to go waka 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 and never more? Nah, what? Talking about crows or no? You're talking about the video. The question I literally just asked. How stupid am I? No, it's a funny video though. Would you own a parrot? No, that's way too high maintenance. I am happy with my dogs and turtle. I've had plenty of fish too. I used to have rabbits when I was a kid. But yeah, if you look up Nevermore Waka Waka, you'll find the video I'm talking about. I remember that stream where TCC, the Cucumber Clan, right, said that Xander will go to court and and we're doing this to save America. Yeah, I had a dog growing up. Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad wouldn't let us get dogs because we had to have. Well, I had a dog when I was really little, and it got put down. So I think taking her in to get her put down, I think kind of fucked him up. So he just didn't want to let us get dogs when I was a kid growing up. So like I went at some point when I was a kid, my aunt got these two dogs, right, and one of them was mine, quote unquote, but it lived at her house. That was Petey. And if you've seen my videos, you guys have seen Petey. He's dead now, as is his sister Chloe, unfortunately. But eventually, I did take them both in and actually have them at my house, which was great because I gave them a way better life than they had at my aunt and uncle's. Because once, she got married and had kids, I felt like they kind of got the short end of the stick because, obviously the kids became the focus, which is understandable, but there was a certain degree of like neglect that I got kind of pissed off about, and that's why I took them in and I gave them a better life. And so then I had them for like the last like I don't know, like 4 or 5 years of their life. Which again, Petey and Chloe, like they always liked me because I would always go over and give them attention when they were living at my aunt's house. So it was good that I finally got them and I gave them, the last few good years of their life. They were old dogs. They were like 15 and 16 when they died. May they rest in peace, yeah. No, Petey was great. Petey was such a unique dog. He was stupid, but like in a really, really endearing way. Chloe, too. The thing is, Chloe only listened to me. Petey would listen to my brothers and stuff like that, but Chloe only obeyed me because she liked me. She didn't really care about anyone else. Yeah, it's really sad the way they went out. They had this fucking neurological thing that made it so they couldn't fucking walk anymore. It was rough. Incredibles is the only promising one yet. The second one is very mid. Yeah, no, Incredibles 2 is fucking lame. I remember when I saw it, I thought it was actually decent. But the more I thought about it later on, the more I'm like, yeah, that movie was pretty fucking lame. But yeah, we got Kiki and Evie here now, are the two dogs we have now here. They're technically my brother's dogs, but, Petey and Chloe were mine. Of course, I still think the first Shrek movie is great and deserving of its placement in the Library of Congress. I mean, yeah. Shrek's a classic. Like, look, memes aside, Shrek is genuinely a great movie. Shrek 2 is overrated. I know this is a hot take, but I think Shrek 1 and 4 are both better than 2. 2's still good. I still love 2. But honestly, Shrek 1 and 4 are like the two best Shrek movies to me. Like, ranking the Shrek movies, I'd probably rank it Shrek 1, Shrek 4, Puss in Boots 2, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, then Puss in Boots 1. Because Puss in Boots 1 honestly wasn't that great. And Shrek the Third, like, it is definitely the lower point of the actual Shrek movies. Until Shrek 5 comes out, which looks like a fucking abomination. But, Shrek the Third, it's really not that bad. Shrek Forever After is criminally underrated. I agree. Like the thing that's funny, right? People always shit on movie references, and don't get me like as a form of comedy, right? Like reference comedy. And don't get me wrong, I actually don't mind reference comedy. I think reference comedy is funny at times. Like it can be, like if it's just that, it can be a bit stale. But like Shrek 2 is nothing but movie references, and people just act like it's fucking amazing. But yet at the same time, those same people will bitch about movie references and other stuff. Like some of my favorite things have movie references as the main humor, like Conquer, right? Conquer's nothing but fucking movie references and toilet humor, but I fucking love it. I love Shrek 2, it's my favorite, but Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After are also great, yeah. Well, Shrek the Third is just good, but not that bad. People act like it's an anomaly, an abomination. Yeah, exactly. Like Shrek the Third is fine. It's a fine movie. I mean, hell, I tend to have some pretty contrarian takes on media, right? Like, my favorite Dragon Ball is original Dragon Ball, but I rank GT over Z as well. So like Z is third for me. It goes original GT Z, which is a really hot take. And then I fucking love Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon. Most people fucking hate that. And to be honest, there's a couple episodes that are not great, but even those I still enjoy to a degree. Like fucking the only episode that I really hated was Onward and Upward. But honestly, rewatching it when I did my review, it really wasn't that bad the second time around. And here's an interesting thing. I saw Adult Party Cartoon before I saw the original Ren and Stimpy. You remember those Shrek flavored Twinkies they released? Yeah, yeah, I do. I've been loving the Conquer Challenge streams you've been doing because I love games with replayability. Yeah, exactly. I need to get back to it. Do you guys think next stream should be the one that I switch the game every time I die? Because that is one I've been thinking of doing, where I switch to Bad Fur Day, and then if I die in that, I switch back to Live and Reload. I'm thinking of doing gimmicks with each one, honestly. Like, maybe I do a stream where every time I die in Conquer, I have to replay the factory level of Pepsi Man. On free play mode, mind you, so I'll have 99 lives. But if you don't know, that level is fucking horrible. Like, with how... Not horrible, but... I actually love that level, but it's fucking difficult, is what I'm getting at. Happy to know someone is enjoying those. I mean, most people enjoy those. Those are fun streams, especially when I have Guy on, because Guy is perfect for commentary. Guy is funny as fuck. Like, he was absolutely a great addition to the team. And the dude, like, has a voice built for narration. And also, that first Conquer stream, that pairing of Guy and Spencer was, like, perfect. Conor Roy was interested in politics at a very young age, but found out he was a liberal, so he rage quit. Well, Conor Roy's not a liberal, but yeah. No, Conor Roy is great. Conor Roy is like he's supposed to be the underrated character. That's his whole thing. But that's what I love about him. Like, I remember when my friend first showed me Succession, I kept talking about how much I fucking loved Connor. And he said that, like, rewatching it gave him a greater appreciation for Connor, because Connor's fucking great. Thank God. Conor Roy is great then? Yeah. Now, if you haven't seen Succession, I highly recommend it. It's a really good show. It's probably my third favorite drama show, going Breaking Bad, Sopranos, and then Succession. I think... Okay, so, take this with a grain of salt, because you know how I am about being consistent with what I say I'm going to do. I'm not very good at that. But I think I'm going to try and do my top 10 sitcoms video. I'm probably going to try and at least record it tonight. I don't know about editing it. We'll see. Because, you know a sitcom that I really want to talk about in it that nobody fucking talks about is Still Standing. Still Standing is really funny. And it gets, like, no appreciation in this day and age. And there's, like, not even a way to watch it. Like, I have a bootleg DVD of it, and that's like the only way I can watch it because it's not online anywhere. There's no physical release. There's nothing. Oh, nice. What? Succession or the? No, you mean for the sitcoms video? Yeah, I definitely got to do that. For me, like my favorite sitcom is Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then Malcolm in the Middle is a close second. Now I'm specifically going to not include British sitcoms because that's going to be a separate video. Because I'm just going to probably just do American sitcoms for this video in particular, and only live action. So I'm not counting things like Simpsons or Family Guy. And that's another thing that's interesting, right? As a teenager, I loved Family Guy. And then as like a young adult in my 20s, I like went through this phase of like hating on Family Guy. And now I've looped back around to where I fucking love Family Guy again. Family Guy's great. Like I've been rewatching the old seasons again, which I did last year too, I think. I have the first 14 seasons on DVD. But yeah, HBO's had some good shows, right? Like they had Tales from the Crypt back in the day. And then they had Game of Thrones for the first 4 seasons was a legitimate masterpiece. Season 5 I actually think is underrated. I actually quite like season 5. It's still got its problems because the truncated adaptation they did because like season 1 adapted the first book and that's it, right? Just one season, one book. But then seasons 2 through 4 split the books between the seasons. So like they did half a book one season, half a book the next, and they did that for 2, 3, and 4. And then season 5, they crammed 2 fucking books, the 2 longest books, mind you, into one season, which is why it's a bit of a mess and is not as good as the first 4. And the Dorne plot is pretty stupid. But I genuinely really like season 5, and Mother's Mercy is actually one of my favorite episodes, the season 5 finale. I think it's actually better than Hard Home, because everyone always talks about Hard Home as like the best season 5 episode, and don't get me wrong, I like Hard Home, but I like Mother's Mercy more, because that's the one where, spoiler, where Jon Snow gets killed, and also where Princess Myrcella dies, and her death is fucking great too, and underrated as hell, because she acknowledges to Jaime that she knows he's her father, and then she immediately dies in his arms. Fucking great. I have volume 5 through 8 of Family Guy on DVD. Nice. Have you heard about the lost Family Guy pilot being found? Yeah, I watched it. You know what my favorite Family Guy episode is And Then There Were Fewer, the murder mystery one. Fucking love that episode. I don't get what's so funny in the first 3 seasons of Family Guy. There's some gags, and the Griffins were better in these seasons, obviously, but seasons 4 through 10 are hilarious. So seasons 1 through 3 are a very unique beast because it's pre-cancellation the first time, right? And so it feels a lot more grounded and a lot more kind of like the Simpsons kind of vibe, like early Simpsons. Like it's different too. It's got its own unique flavor. But it definitely felt like it cared more about the characters in the first 3 seasons. But I do think that they definitely made it funnier in the later seasons, for a bit there. Like I say later seasons, but all the good seasons are like at least 10 years old at this point, right? If not way more. Yeah, actually, typically way more. I think like the last like truly great season, it's tough. With Family Guy, I think it has a bit of a resurgence in like season 9-ish, something like that. Because like there's a minute there in the mid where it gets a little stagnant, but still is enough to keep me watching. But then they had like, you know, kind of a bit of a resurgence, I think, for a couple of seasons. And then after that, once you hit like 15 or 16 is where I think the show kind of went to shit. But I'd still rather watch Modern Family Guy than Modern Simpsons. Not that I do watch Modern Family Guy, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick it because at least it still has like the edge to it. Seth MacFarlane doesn't give a shit about being tasteful, and that's kind of admirable, you know? The Simpsons Guy's an awful crossover. I actually disagree. I think Simpsons Guy's actually a really good episode. I heard Family Guy was good for about the first 9 or 10 seasons. After that, it goes downhill, especially in season 12. Like the format of episodes and shit gets worse. I agree, but like, I honestly think that the mid seasons of Family Guy are actually kind of underrated. And I say mid because like there's so many. Like I'm not saying mid as in quality, although a lot of them are. Uh, I'm saying mid as in like numbers, right? Kind of like mid season SpongeBob, right? Like seasons like 6 through 8 of SpongeBob are actually pretty good. Like they're not great. They have their problems, but I think that they get a lot more hate than they deserve. I think modern SpongeBob is far worse. Like if you watch like seasons like 14 of SpongeBob was fucking dreadful. Like I haven't really watched it, admittedly, but like when you get episodes like fucking Squid Ferratu and shit like that, it's fucking stupid. Like they can't just let they can't just let what's the word? They can't like let like a gag character be a gag character, right? Like every gag has to be like a whole thing now, right? Like they did a whole episode about my leg, which defeats the whole purpose of that joke. It's supposed to be like a one-off little joke in the background, right? Or like Nosferatu, who was that one-off gag in the Graveyard Shift episode, and now they made Nosferatu like a recurring character. Like fucking why? Family Guy nowadays is good to watch to pass time. Well, yeah, I'll see like clips of like cutaways and shit from like modern Family Guy that still get a laugh out of me. Season 4 and 5 for SpongeBob are peak. Maybe not as good as the second and third season, but better than the first. Well, I don't think they're better than season 1. Hell no. But I do think they are still good. Seasons 4 and 5, yeah. Anyway, I gotta get ready for work, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this stream up in a neat little package. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles.